Oh my God. Vikings could use some mid-round wide receiver help, and of course, we here in Minnesota love hashtag one of us stories. Yeah, so why not bring back yet another local wide receiver project like Detroit Lakes enthusiast Adam Thielen? Why not shop local and take the pride of the University of Minnesota Golden Gopher, the pride of Minneapolis North High School, record-setting wide receiver Tyler Johnson? Come on down. Let's talk about the former record-setting Gopher today. Said record-setting twice, nailed it. So background him. 6'1", 206 pound, was a stud superstar quarterback at Minneapolis North. Go Polars. Ended up being a 3-star recruit in Tracy Clay's 2016 recruiting class. Stayed through the Fleck years as well, and then really emerged as a premier receiver. Had a great junior season. A lot of people thought that he may come out after his junior season. Apparently didn't get the feedback from the NFL advisory board that he wanted. Came back for his senior year in 2019 and balled out. 86 catches, 1,318 yards, 13 touchdowns, all single season. All Gophers single season records. Sorry, Ron Johnson. Sorry, Eric Decker. Sorry, Ernie Wheelwright. Remember Ernie Wheelwright from back in the day? Yeah, helping the Gophers boom to an 11-2 season, as well as he was the Outback Bowl MVP, 12 catches, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns. He basically was the passing offense against Auburn that game. It was just amazing. First team All Big Ten, as well as PFF's numero uno, primo. Wait, that's cousin. Number 1 graded wide receiver at 91.8. So just an overall college stud. And his college career with 213 catches, 3,305 yards receiving, as well as 33 touchdowns, which are second, first, and first respectively on the Gophers' all-time list. And, well, here's where it gets a little bit weird. Thinking on the surface right away, boom, it's going to be an early round pick, going to go on to have a great NFL career. It's going to be awesome, right? But it gets a little weird in that, so he was snubbed by the Senior Bowl, which is just, Whoa, what? Well, yeah, you have All-American, All Big Ten, all consensus, blah, 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 and he doesn't even get into the Senior Bowl, which is just whatever. Committed to the East-West Shrine game, and then he pulled out because he wanted to focus on the Combine, and then he didn't do any of the measurable drills at the Combine, and he said that he'll do them at his pro day at the end of March. Now, on surface, it's a little confusing, but also Johnson isn't necessarily going to blow the roof off the doors in terms of any of the testing measurables either, the 40, the 3-cone, the jumps. He's not going to blow things up. So it sort of makes sense that you get an extra month as opposed to showing up at the Combine, go to his pro day, and then you get the testing numbers. You get an extra month to try and improve those numbers, because even though we put a lot of stock into how you actually play on the field, I know it's a novel approach, just those in a vacuum testing numbers, they matter to NFL scouts. Here's the thing too, he's working out at Adam Thielen's gym here in the Twin Cities, so hashtag chemistry already. Nailed it. But like I said, he's not a numbers guy, but what he is that he's just a technician at the line of scrimmage. Dude is a wide receiver, not an athlete playing wide receiver, and we've seen a number of them come through the Vikings. But I think he is one of the cleanest route runners in the draft, and also just phenomenal at getting separation at the line of scrimmage. And also, that's something that he wasn't known for initially. That's something that he clearly worked on and really started to come together his junior and senior year with the Gophers. So the fact that he's ascending, the fact that he's very coachable, the fact that he's willing to put in the work and just get after it, I love that about him. And here's the thing too. Given the wide receiver class, where we've talked about, this is extremely both top heavy as well as a deep wide receiver class. Like, this could be up there with 2015 class in terms of quality wide receivers who come out of this draft. TJ could be pushed down pretty far on some of the draft boards, because here's what happens if there is a significant supply at a certain position, and taking away the top tier guys, taking away the CD Lamb and the Jerry Judys of the world, if you take them away. And then if teams have a number of a position that they have around the same strata, they're like, okay, we don't mind if we get this guy or this guy or this guy. So if they have 10 options at a position when they're selecting, they'll probably go for a different spot, even if the guy at the position of abundance is at the top of the draft board. And, I don't agree with it, but also it sort of makes sense. It's like, all right, so we're going to reach for, say, a tackle here in the second round because the tackle class, not in this specific example, is pretty thin. We like this guy a lot more than that guy, but also of the wide receivers that we can get in the third round, there's 10 of them, and likely there are a couple of them will be there, and we all have similar grades to them. Sort of understandable. So it's sort of like non-implicit collusion that a lot of really good wide receivers are going to be falling down the draft. I think Tyler Johnson could be one of them. And hell, he probably won't fall to the 4th round, but I could easily see him be there when the Vikings are on the clock in the 3rd. And I mean, if you get Tyler Johnson in the 3rd, I think that's just insane value. He's a dog in contested catch situations, both physical and also in the physical aspects of the game. It's not a perfect comp, but TJ always reminded me, like when he's just going up and getting the ball or fighting a DB, he kind of reminds me of Steve Smith Jr., where Steve Smith was like 5'7" and 140 pounds soaking wet, right? But he was just a man. He's just out there. He's like, I will fight you for every single inch, for every single ball. Like, if you kill me and chop me off and leave one pinky, this pinky is going to out contest you in some of these jump ball situations. That's Steve Smith. I think Tyler Johnson is cut from a similar angle. And if you just completely cut out the entire local ties thing, Minneapolis kid, grew up a Vikings fan, Gopher, all that other stuff, you have a wide receiver who's just a technician, all the other word-nitions of the position. Johnny Cochran nailed it. He doesn't run the fastest. He's not going to be the quickest, but is just phenomenal at getting open, being physical, catching the ball, and being an asset for your quarterback. All of those other things matter more to me than how fast he runs in a straight line. I mean, that's it. So I'm sold on him. And also, think about it. Because we have to mention that wide receiver could be a low-key position of need, depending on what happens with Stephon Diggs. Adam Thielen isn't getting any younger. Olabisi Johnson, love him. 7th-round pick coming into year 2, but also who do you have beyond that? Not really much. And the future wide receiver duo could be Johnson and Johnson. Come on, branding people. Holla at me, Johnson. Talcum powder up in this B. But your thoughts, Tyler Johnson, Gophers, coming to the Vikings, ? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Just give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time, Skol, production value.